don't know what's going to happen with the deal, okay? But my prediction is that this trial and this whole thing is going to be the same level of like media attention as Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. That's my prediction.
I'm sure it will be, and I'll actually pay attention to this one. I kind of ignored it. I was like one of the few people who was like, John Depp, Amber Heard, I don't know what's going on. I don't care. But the Twitter Elon Musk thing, I will actually follow this because it's very interesting. Who do you think is this, at this point, who do you think is looking worse?
Musk. I mean, it's when it almost feels like he was just more curious than really serious about buying Twitter. I think it just, because I mean, right from the start, the fake accounts. And it's like, well, I mean, you knew this was a possibility. And from what I was reading in the deals, they explained that to him throughout the entire process. And now it's like, this is a sticking point, and why he's saying that he's not going to go through with the deal. It's just not a good look. It's like,
no.
And I mean, I think a lot of it probably has to do with the shares of the company have gone down quite a bit from what they agreed was going to be the share price. I don't know. This whole thing just looks like a hot mess. And then where they're going in Delaware, just the court systems there they're no nonsense. So it's not like he's going to be able to go in there and use his influence. Because just how their court system works, especially in theirs, like they tailor to these types of companies that are just like, they're dealing with a lot of tycoons and just people that are really at the 1%. So it's not like he can just go in and manipulate these judges. So he's in for a battle. This is not going to be quick. And if you read where they filed it, it's like the judge who's going to be presiding over this is no nonsense. Like he's just used to these type of players. So it's not like someone's going to be able to go in and use their position to influence him. Like that's why Twitter chose this state in order to for this lawsuit, was specifically for this, to neutralize his influence.
Well, good. I'm glad it's no nonsense, because there's been plenty of nonsense up until this point. And this is a hit to Musk's personal brand as well. He's supposed to be a genius, a genius when it comes not only to innovative technology, but leading businesses. And now he's looking, we all kind of knew he was kind of immature, childish, but now he's looking like someone who makes rash decisions, someone who doesn't follow through, someone who doesn't do his due diligence. That's not good. And that's not, I think it's going to lower people's confidence in his other endeavors, which is unfortunate. If someone is trying to choose between a Tesla and say some other electric vehicle, and they're thinking, okay, is this company really that well run? If that's what this guy is doing, it's really sad that he can't just kind of stay in his lane, focus on, because that should be his personal brand, right? Bringing EVs to the mainstream, creating a high quality product that also is good for the environment and doing real good for the planet. Like that should be his personal brand, not goofy tweets and saying you're going to buy a company and then not following through. It's pointless. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's not a good look for him. And recently, besides just Twitter, I mean, he's been taking a hit. I mean, just with what's going on with Tesla, like, their whole model is really based on a subscription model where every single time, like they send out a lot of updates to their vehicles. And so he's already been kind of nickel and diming his customers. There's already kind of this sense that Tesla's greedy, because it's like, in order to even be able to use the vehicle at its highest performance level, like you always have to constantly make a purchase. And these purchases are not cheap. It's not like hey, do this new upload for $50. I mean, sometimes they're running into thousands and thousands of dollars for these upgrades. Yeah, so it's not like he's been looking great for like the past couple of years. And then not only that, it's just looking like he's not caring about people and having empathy, because doing a deal like this, it's like it also affects the people that are working at Twitter. I mean, just think about the anxiety that comes with mergers, takeovers, and not knowing who's leading the company, where you're going. Is my position going to be safe? What's going to happen? And then now there's all this news out there about the company that I'm working for, and what how he's describing Twitter. It's like he's implying like the percentage of fake accounts on Twitter are much, much higher than the company is willing to admit. And that it's so high that they're basically trying to fraud him into this deal. And that's not good for shareholders. It's not good for people that work there, because it just seems like what are you trying to say, that 20-30% of all accounts are fake? And if that's the case, then it's basically saying as a user that you have a 1 out of 3 chance of talking to a bot, someone who's fake. You're not even talking to a real person.
It's a great point that he's showing that he doesn't really care about people. You made the point about the Twitter employees, and it just shows that he's irresponsible with his power. I think dude needs to watch Spider-Man. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. When you're the richest guy in the world, that's a lot of responsibility, and he should know that. Yeah, he has such a strong influence over people, over stock markets, that he should not be tweeting things willy-nilly. But he's been doing this for years, and he's caused just his tweets cause economic, ups and downs in the market, whether it's crypto, whether it's Tesla, Twitter, any product. Okay. He just spouts off some random things that are in his head, and his followers, they'll react to it. And yeah, they bear some of the responsibility too for buying into the cult of personality and just considering everything he says is gospel. But at the same time, there are a lot of other people who are not slavishly devoted to him, who just see him as he's a very powerful, influential person. Maybe we should listen to what he's saying about this product, about this company. And so he should be more careful with his words.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, it's understanding, there's an unconscious bias that happens. We talk about this a lot with, with marketing, and just like, and we've had these discussions that generally when someone's really good at something, that's why we advise our clients, like, hey, just be really good at one thing, because then people just automatically assume you're good at everything. And like, this is a prime example. It's like, just because he built this car company and it's really successful doesn't mean that he understands stock markets. It doesn't mean that he understands social media platforms. It just means that he knows how to have a well-run car business, a car manufacturing business, probably, if we want to say that's what it is. But it's like, that doesn't mean he's great at everything, but that's how it works. And that's why people are following him and listening to every word he has to say. And you're right. He understands this, because Elon Musk, in the position he has and the team that he has around him, understand the psychologies, and they use it in their marketing, their messaging, and how he even brands himself. So with that type of knowledge, he should be more mindful in the fact, like, people will automatically assume that this is correct the minute I say it. And he may just be throwing out something he heard, something he read. I mean, he's a human being. So he's going to say things and regurgitate things that he heard from other people.